The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
All right, everybody, after the tripod getting nearly destroyed earlier today, and looks like I got a camera adjustment to make here, too. Hey, we're back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for being with us, guys. We are live here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open 2014 version, as we are getting ready to see who's going to be walking out here with just a tad of money, just a little, as we have a $10 million guarantee going on right now. Main event day 1B is underway, and we are watching the entries come in right now. As I believe at 3:34 yesterday. Right now, the big board at 4:34. So we're tell you what. I mean, we're probably going to be around 800 plus by the end of today. And I hate you hate to say it, but now this guarantee we may be looking at an overlay, guys. So if you're in the area or you weren't sure if you were going to come out and play this thing, might be a good idea to hop on your plane and get out here, because we are seriously looking at the possibility of an overlay. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but certainly it could end up being close. Not sure what exactly is happening in terms of everybody getting here late, if it's just the travel plus everybody's trying to get out here for the get out from the other events at Barcelona and WPT. But certainly this is going to be an interesting and anxiety-filled day for the Seminole Hard Rock team, as this guarantee, or we could have an overlay on this guarantee. So we'll see what happens, but certainly 1,200 entries with rebuys, certainly can be done. I mean, that's not. I don't think it's an issue, but I just want to build a little suspense. Just a little. Have a little fun with it as we get ready to fire things up here in a 1 hour back in action. Of course, these guys are playing a level 13. Level 10 starts off after the dinner break, and they'll be done for the night. Of course, a bunch of qualifiers going on as well, so plenty of chances for you to get into this tournament. We're looking at one more tonight. That is coming up, I believe, at 8 o'clock, if I'm correct. We'll flip the big sheet. Yep, 8 p.m. That one is a 1 in 10 qualifier. We have a 1 in 5 qualifier going on right now. So 1 in 5 players get into it. That one started at 5 p.m., so we'll be seeing some new faces coming into this one, and looking forward to seeing what happens here in the main event tomorrow. And of course, we've got all sorts of other great tournaments happening here. The High Roller coming up here in just a couple of days. We've also got other side events. We got a $250. Well, actually, we got an $1,100 no limit hold'em re-entry, $100,000 guarantee coming up. A holiday deep stack, $250 on Monday. Also, once again, the Super High Roller, the Purple Chip no limit hold'em re-entry, $1,650 tournament on Monday, starting at 3, and at 5 we have a $150 no limit hold'em re-entry, $50,000 guarantee tournament. So a lot going on. And I'm sorry, Tuesday pot limit Omaha 8, $250, and on Wednesday big stack no limit hold'em re-entry, $50,000 guarantee. So a ton of opportunities for you to come down and play. A lot of chances still to qualify for this main event, but we are starting to get down to the wire a little bit, as we'll see what that final number is here pretty shortly. By the way, Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open leaderboard for this series belongs to Steel Sutter right now. He is leading Francis Margoglione by a pretty good margin. So, of course, that main event's got to have a lot to do with who ends up winning that. But so Steel Sutter won that event the other day. Those points turned out to be critical, as he has opened up a nice lead in this one. All right, let's take a look at some updates coming in. And by the way, make sure you guys go to Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open, or shrpo.com, and you'll be able to check out all the action. And a lot of the videos are starting to go up here too. Of course, along with our show on our YouTube channel, the Seminole Hard Rock has some videos with Shannon and Elizabeth up on the website. Also, we got the one with the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open charity series of poker, which apparently was officially the kickoff event for championship week here. And guess who's sneaking it? Yep, that's right. I am in there. Wish I'd have been holding that nice trophy, but yeah, I'll take it. All right, so let's see what is happening here right now. Ironically, a lot of the chip counts are going to be coming in here fairly soon, but a lot of people kicking back, taking it easy here with this room being pretty quiet at the moment. And let's just run it down for you. Once again, we'll be at level 10 when we come back. A pretty nasty table is shaping up over on the far side of the ballroom. Over here is we have Amanda Musumeci, Carlos Mortensen, and Mike Leah all on this table, and they have been battling it out all day. And also we have Vladislav Nezaritsky, who got in a big hand with Amanda Musumeci. A couple of callers end up tripling up on the hand, so he's managing to survive that one. Let's see who else we have here. Very interesting table that was going on right in front of Media Row here. Will Fiala showed up. Of course, he bombed us a little bit earlier on, and that didn't work out quite so well for him bombing us. But you know what? Hey, Zach, what's up? Oh, do you want to stop in and say hi? Absolutely. Come on over. We got a guest, thank God. Look at this guy, and I love this guy's hair. How much? Here, I'll give you the headphones there. How much do you spend on hair care products?
Nothing, actually.
Good for you, Zach.
Nothing,
That's nice.
Got my own salon, so I have the wife do it most of the time.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
It's a lot of maintenance for a low-maintenance look.
You got it. Well, Zach, I of course, been seeing you around this series here. How have things been going for you? I know it's been kind of up and down, but what's happening for you right now?
Yeah, it's been a pretty slow series for me, but got to keep grinding through, and just going to keep firing until
something
I get the
happens,
right, until I get the right results. This is my first bullet in the main, and hopefully I'm not firing a second, but prepared to do so if I need to tomorrow.
Of course, and the play has been really intense in here too, and a lot of the great pros coming in for this tournament. What if somebody wanted to come down tomorrow, maybe as an amateur player, isn't used to an atmosphere like this? What would you tell them in terms of a strategy for tomorrow's play?
Relax, come in and have a good time. I mean, it's not just a solid field of pros. There's a lot of people in here in South Florida that have money to toss around, and you're not that big of a dog in any sense. So, and it looks like there's going to be an overlay. So, it's well worth getting down here. It's a great event and not one to miss.
Yeah, that certainly is starting to be a topic of discussion now. Though we're looking at about 800 entries, so we're going to need to get 1,200 tomorrow, which doable. Not easy.
Doable.
Doable.
I'd probably put the over at about 1,000.
Yeah.
But there's extra money out there to be had.
Yeah, I mean, so great opportunity for you to come down if you got 5,300 to spare. You want to try and qualify too.
There's still satellites going too, so you still have a shot to Satty in.
Yeah.
Even tomorrow morning's turbo.
You bet. Now I got to ask you something because I saw you at the World Series this year.
Right.
And I saw you getting upset about players not washing their hands.
My God.
And it was I heard you going off on a great little tirade about that.
Yeah.
That was tell everybody a little bit about that because that was funny as hell.
Yeah, I've come to be known for that apparently, amongst other things. I just have I guess I have my own OCD issues, but I don't even have a problem with people going back to their dining experience after without washing their hands. But man, if you're playing poker And, we all have to share these chips and cards, and you're going to the bathroom and don't have the common courtesy or to wash your hands and not be an absolute pig coming back to the table. Yeah, I'm going to call you out on it. And usually I'll call them out coming out of the bathroom, give them an opportunity to, do the right thing. But if they don't, I'm following you back to your table, and I'm letting 9 players and a dealer know you're a dirty. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
That's a little rough.
Yeah, well,
but that's all right.
Hey, I want them scared.
I
I want them thinking of me every time they're in the bathroom.
That's awesome. But it's something that we don't really talk about that much in poker. But
Right.
it is an important factor. I mean, we have the Rio flu, and
Right.
that everybody calls it when
Right.
we go out there. And there's so many people coming in from all over the place.
Right.
And how many times do you see guys go?
Oh my God! I mean, I see
their
people
hand
rubbing
and-
their eyes and their hands and eating and coughing, sneezing, and I mean, I won't even touch my face with my hands at a poker table. That's just it's a habit I'm in. I mean, again, it comes, I guess, to my OCD issues, but I mean, these things are. I can't think of anything less sanitary, quite frankly, than chips and cards.
Yeah, poker chips not good.
No.
No.
It's. I mean, we got chikungunya running around. We got Ebola. We got all kinds of things going around. And I've even specifically had issues with people using the stalls without washing their hands, and that's a whole nother level that I won't let go.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, call me. When you want to call me the regulator, that's fine. But I'm going to do it. It's
I don't
as long as I'm playing in the room, I'm I'm not letting it go.
No, you shouldn't either. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, we got the dealers trying to stay healthy out here.
Right.
I mean, they're trying to work hard and
Right.
work a 3-week series, and
I got a lot
they're
worse
the
about
ones
it.
that-
I got a lot worse about it once I had kids. Or actually, once my wife was pregnant and we had an infant, and I went off in West Palm one time, and it was a pretty big thing. But when I have babies at home, I don't need to bring your fecal matter home with me.
Yeah, we'll pass on that. We'll definitely pass on that. Well, let me ask you that too. I mean, that's an interesting point about you having the family, and it's always that an interesting transition for players, and we're starting to see some of the younger guys as they were the 23-year-old heroes.
Right.
Now are starting to get to be 33
Yeah.
and settling down and having kids.
Yeah.
What's the transition like as a professional player from being a single guy,
Right.
doing your own thing, and now you have a family, you got kids, and it just changes everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does change everything. It changes a lot more for others, perhaps, than me on every aspect. Generally, it would change, but for me, I have a very supportive wife and a strong family that's just supportive in every way, and she doesn't give me problems when I have to do, travel and do what I have to do for poker. But what does change significantly is how you look at your bankroll.
Oh, yeah.
And how you look at your availability to go outside that bankroll.
Right.
It's you adhere to it a lot better. I'd never accepted backing before, and recently I just accepted a backing deal that was largely influenced by the fact that I have a family to look out for now.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's a great deal. Don't get me wrong. I probably would have taken it either way, but it's not a it's a no-brainer for me now.
How, in terms of backing in the poker community, and most players, I think when people look in, are outside looking in, they don't realize how many players are backed. Most of them are backed in a lot of events.
Most players are backed.
If you're giving some players away? So you said you never took a backing deal. Well, why did you say that, and what changed your mind to get into it other than the family situation? Because it must have been a pretty good offer.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the details of the offer by any means, but the no, honestly, it did have a lot more to do with that because plus when I retired in 2010, I always earned very well. I mean, I had more cash flow than I could blow, so it was, which is definitely not the case now. Mm-hmm. So it just made sense financially for me to take a deal, and before the money wasn't an issue whatsoever. So the idea of giving someone else a cut wasn't. Didn't seem that tasty to me, but
sure.
Again, I was younger then, and I wasn't looking at the totality of it all, and had I been, you can, like you said, looking at these better players and these pros that are mostly still taking backing that don't need it, it's a reasonable hedge.
Yeah, and obviously things have gotten more serious now that online poker has gone out, and the money's not all flying around, and it's not like the oil gusher that it used to be.
Right.
How difficult is it out there now, and how much fun is it? Because you're a pretty independent guy. Got a fun streak in you, having a great time out there. But how much has it changed over the last year or two?
It's changed quite a bit. I mean, the quality of play in Florida has definitely come up quite a bit, actually. Largely in part to the inaugural Seminole Hard Rock, and everybody that came down for that in the initial inaugural event fell in love with South Florida, and so many pros moved down here, and it really upped the game quite a bit. I mean, naturally, Florida's been progressing quite a bit over the last 5 years since we got real poker, and exponentially that's going to get better, but a lot of really good players have moved down to our market, and it's doing good. It's doing a lot of good for the market down here.
And it's been interesting to see the evolution of poker in Florida too. As when things started really opening up and they changed the laws down here, where they got rid of those ridiculous caps on the games and everything. It really has become a destination point down here for people to come down and play.
Sure.
How do you see it shaking out in terms of areas in the country where poker is going to be the most popular? So you've got Las Vegas and the Philadelphia area and Pennsylvania doing very well now, and obviously you still have California. Where does and New Jersey? Where does Florida fit into that mix in maybe 2 or 3 years?
Honestly, I mean, I don't think Florida's too far behind, if not already there, the number one poker market in the country. I mean, Vegas has a lot to offer there, but as far as non-stop events and overlapping tournaments, and I mean, there's non-stop poker down here. I mean, between the card rooms, the Kennel Club and Island here, plus what's down south. I don't really go down to Dade much, but just between those three, there's all you can eat.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's what makes South Florida such a great destination and the potential that it has is because you don't have to get away from your family and tell them that you're leaving to go away for 2 weeks to play a series.
Right.
You could just bring them with you and leave, party at the Hard Rock, have them at the pool and everything. And or at the beach or wherever. I mean, it's not, like you're going to
Iowa.
Yeah.
The kids like to say Iowa out here. Lately,
Iowa,
so
is that the reference?
So they'll take the
Cleveland. Yeah. Tunica, if you ask me. I'm not keep me the hell out of Tunica. No, it's sorry. It's just it's a destination that I think a lot more people can get down to that aren't dedicated to the circuit and can find a lot more time on their schedule and justify it.
Yeah, and plus it's a nice place to be too.
Oh, of course. I mean, that goes without right. Who doesn't want to? I mean, it's not a hard sell to get your wife and family to come down to Florida.
No.
No,
absolutely.
Sit by a pool and go to the beach. Easy game.
You betcha. You bet. So now, of course, coming back here now, you're still in this day. Where are you sitting at chips?
Yeah, I'm about 18 right now. I got down to 8 real quick. Got it back up to 37, and then I just lost with I turned a boat. It was a 6-6-6 flop. Turned a queen high boat, or no, jack high boat, and he rivers a queen high boat on me. So I'm down to like 18K now. But I've had literally. It's funny because we're counting it with the guy next to me. Ace King I've had 9 times today. Ace Queen I've had 3 times today. Not one single one is connected.
Oh my God.
It's absurd.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
I'm very
It's
sorry.
fine. I still got 18K. I'm not worried about it. Yeah. I got plenty to work with.
Well, of course, so one of the interesting decisions that comes up for guys in this tournament is, you can't just keep that stack and then see what you do the next day. You got to make a decision when this is over if you're going to forfeit that stack or not.
Right.
So give me a line about where you think that you need to be where you would consider letting that stack go and come back and just play it tomorrow.
Yeah. See, that's a lot different for me than for most. I'm really comfortable short. I'm not. I don't panic at all when I'm short. So I mean, I'm going to play it by ear there. I'm not quite sure. I'm going to see how the field thins out. And what was the average stack yesterday?
You know what? I don't know. I don't think I have that handy. But sorry.
No problem. Well, now you just led me down a
now I got
path
something to
I
look
can't
up.
answer. Yeah, there you go. When you give me answers, I'll give you answers. How's that?
Wait a minute. That's not how this works. You're supposed to know that.
You got to give me
stuff off the top
options,
of your
Mark.
head.
I'll choose A, B, or C.
All good. All good. Yeah, so, I mean, this is going to be a very interesting evening. And, of course, tomorrow now, chasing the guarantee, obviously, and a lot of people coming into town, as, the EPT Barcelona and WPT wrapping up. This could be an insane scene. But I think the one disadvantage that could come up tomorrow is with a possibility of having a lot of alternates. We may not get a lot of re-entries.
Right.
So this is going to be a very tricky situation for these guys to handle tomorrow. What are you expecting?
Yeah, I would recommend anybody that wanted to get in for tomorrow's flight definitely probably buy that ticket now or online or tonight before you leave, I would think. I'm glad you pointed that out. I think I'm going to do just that. Well, no, I mean, take that back. I'm bagging tonight, so
okay, there you go.
That's not going to be an issue for me.
You bet. How's your table looking, by the way?
Table's fun. It's been a challenge. There's a lot of aggressive play on my table. I've got probably the third smallest stack at the table, but again, I'm not at all concerned with where we are right now. 18K is more than enough for me to work with.
All right.
More than enough.
Yes. Hey, I was pulling that stuff from the charity series the other day. Just got that little tiny stack. Hey, you double up, off you go. Right?
That was for charity, buddy. So you can justify that.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess I could.
Yeah, that's why I just kept shipping in that.
I had one bullet to fire.
I fired two because I missed the one in Vegas, and I promised Matt that I'd fire two. Stout, I promised him I'd fire 2 bullets at this one.
That's legit.
So I had to stick around for a second. But it was a lot of fun. That was a fun event. I'm glad he had a great turnout for that, and I expect the next one to be even better.
Yeah, I mean, that charity series of poker, of course, Matt had the event out in Las Vegas.
Right.
It was just crazy out there. Huge rail for that, and
right.
everything. It was pretty exciting.
It's a party every time. It really is. There was a bunch of stars that showed up for that. You had Heat players here and housewives and all kinds of actors and musicians, but it was just a party atmosphere. It was a really great series, and I look forward to the next one.
Yep,
and it's for a great cause always.
Of course. So if anybody wants to follow you on Twitter, by the way, I know you're one of the guys that does a great job on Twitter.
Thank you.
Keeping up with everybody and,
appreciate it.
Throwing out your comments and everything else. So if anybody wants to check
I
out
stay spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at Zactax. So that's at ZACHTAX. Or you can just look up Red Locks.
And those are red locks.
They are real red locks.
When's the last time you had a haircut?
I had a haircut.
Like a legitimate.
I used to keep my hair short like yours, actually. Always did. I had the same barber for 15 years, Enzo from Italy, and he retired, went back to Italy. I never got another haircut. That's been 8 years, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's loyalty right there.
Man, I will never. Your barber retires, and instead of finding one of many, I'm sure there's a couple.
Are there others out there?
I think there are,
okay.
Just in case.
Okay.
Just in case. You've chosen to just let it roll.
Yep, let it ride.
That is awesome.
Let it ride. First I went to the big Jufro, and then I locked it up.
Wow.
Oh, you haven't seen that picture?
I will need to see that. Oh, here comes.
Have you even seen my driver's license?
No, I haven't.
Are you ready? Are you prepared?
I'm ready.
You're sitting down.
I am sitting down.
I still don't think.
Should I hold on tight?
I still don't think you're ready.
I'm always ready. Oh, that is something else. Wow, 1970s is back in style there. That's awesome.
I could totally see you rocking that dude.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
You think I should try it?
You could pull it off. Come to my studio. I'll get you set up.
Okay.
We'll get some dreads on you. That would really be rocking.
My wife would freak out. She'd probably get a
Could you
kick out of
imagine?
it, though. Me
Come
with
home.
these dreads.
We got to go to the dream sequence now where everything gets foggy and
I'd have to be foggy to get dreads, I think.
I can help you with that too. Sorry, Mark.
I love it.
You left me open there.
I did. Well, all right. Well, hey, Zach, thanks for stopping over. Good to see you.
Problem,
Best
brother.
of
It was
luck.
good talking to you.
Take care of that stack. Let's get that thing
Thanks,
rolling.
Mark.
I want to see you win a
Good luck,
nice
everybody.
$1.7 million issue.
I'm ready. Thanks, Mark. Talk to you soon.
You got it. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Oh, my goodness. Love that guy. Oh, man. With that, I think we're going to take a break. We'll be right back on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We're live here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. Main event going on here. Day 1B underway. Right now, 435 entries into Day 1B. And we'll keep you updated on that. And we'll see if the chip counts come in as we get ready to get back from the break here in about 36 minutes. So stick around, everybody. We'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for joining us.
poker players. It's time to check out DeegePoker.com. Deej Poker is the unique and clever choice for a new generation of true grinders, representing the full spectrum of poker players from the novice to the world champion. A true Deej player gives their heart and soul for countless hours at the table to be the best. And Deej Poker Apparel shows everyone who you really are, on and off the felt. So join the new generation at DeegePoker.com. That's DEEG Poker.com. Deej Poker, the world's newest poker apparel store.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at DoubleDigitCovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at DoubleDigitCovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit BlindSquirrelApparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel Apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we're back live here, Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. A main event going on, $10 million. Guaranteed. Some serious money flying around this place. We are, once again, looks like picking up a couple more entries here, going to 437. Here for day 1B. So, like I said, we had 334 yesterday. So just doing the old fast math. Right now at a 771. Need 2,000 to make that happen. So now all of a sudden, well, I'll tell you what, we are could be looking at that overlay. We'll see how many more players get into this thing. Of course, that board gets periodically updated, so we'll kind of keep an eye on that as we go through the show. Of course, once again, with the players on break, we'll see who we can grab. But apparently, Victor Ramden flying around. We'll see if we, but playing the satellite, if he gets done, he's going to stop by. And, of course, the other players will be coming back in here. There's the one group of people that don't get a break during this, the dealers. These guys have to sit here and monitor tables this whole time for an hour plus. Is it fun? Are you guys having a good time? It's not horrible. I'm sorry? I saw some dealers spelling things out with the cards and doing stuff like that. Yeah, again. What do we got? Very nice. That's good work. Very nice. So they are. I don't know. We need to find something for the dealers to do during these breaks. That's brutal. But, of course, so once again, about 29 minutes left here before the players are back in play here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. And I think what we'll do, real quick, got to mention we kind of didn't get to wrap that story up here. Of course, a couple tables over from us early on here in this Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. Will Fiala shows up, bombs us on the show while we're doing an interview with Neil Johnson, which is up on YouTube, and Will was sitting next to, and this is the absolute disaster of the day, Adina Pentintion, who of course is a former Playboy playmate. So you can only imagine, of course, Will being quite gregarious, having a good time. But the worst part about that is they sent her packing at that table. Are you kidding me? We get like two things to look at here. And Will sends her out the door. So that was pretty funny table banter going on there for a while here, just across from us. Of course, Shannon Elizabeth here as the official hostess of this Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open, getting some interviews together before and after dinner break. I believe Matt Salzberg was getting interviewed, so you'll probably see that video coming up here on Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open in a little bit. That should be pretty cool, along with whoever else pops in. Taking a look. Oh, and I do want to say thanks to Zach Kessler for coming on over and joining us there. Certainly do appreciate it. Some of your other information coming in. Let's take a look at a few chip counts. Apparently, this break, they decided not to do the chip counts on the tables. So, of course, with so many players in here, kind of hard to keep track. But here's where our Angel Vu, who leads the Seminole Hard Rock Tournament Series standings, and by a significant margin, she stands at 56,000 coming in off the break. Vinny Pahuja is at 60K right now, as he's trying to hang on there. Then, of course, so we just talked to Zach, 18K. Marshall Wolak at 49K on the dinner break. Luke Widener is at 12, and kind of a funny tweet, 12K on the dinner break. If I have to wait 90 minutes, I'm running it back up. That's the way to take a stand there, Luke. Very nice. Let's see. And honestly, that's about it. Not a lot of, like I said, unfortunately, not a lot of updates coming in here at this point on your chip counts for this tournament. So what I think we're going to do is we'll go back and take a look at what happened yesterday. There's, of course, a lot of great players making it through to day two in this event. 334 players entered it yesterday, and we ended up with 98 bagging chips. So those guys still alive, or, well, officially have locked up a seat to play for that $10 million guaranteed prize pool. Let's kind of run down some of the people that have already made it through to day number 2. And let's swing this back over here real quick. How about a hit chip count? That's going to help. There we go. Your leader in the clubhouse is Jared Jaffe. Of course, Jared winning a World Series of Poker bracelet this year. He He bags 462,800 chips, and he has nearly 100,000 chip lead on David Farber, who out of Heathrow, Florida, 364,100, followed by Ben Lamb, 775,700 chips. John Dolan, of course, former November Niner, stands at 272,900. Roderick Bowling of Longwood, Florida, came in fifth yesterday, 263,100. Dan Wyman, who already has won an event in here, boy, that would be a hell of a double for him to take down this main event. Comes in at 263,100. Kevin Schaffel out of Coral Springs, 208,700. Nicholas Augustino, 204,200. Robert Pantich out of Northbrook, Illinois, 198,300. Jimmy Dowda at 191,300. And, of course, the names keep on coming as we have John Racner out of Tampa, and, of course, runner-up to Jonathan Duhamel in the main event, 187,000. Christopher Sensoli out of Macomb, Michigan, 186,800. We have Cedric Adam in there at 185,600. Brian Hastings on the board, bagged 184,000. Some other notables in the field, Josh Aurier, of course, bragged on Twitter that after bagging chips yesterday, he's going to the beach for a couple of days. Good for him. Aurier, of course, third-place finisher to Greg Reamer and David Williams in the World Series of Poker main event, 167,500. Carlos Loving, who won an event in this series, out of Sarasota, 158,900. Alexander Haber at 147,700. Noah Schwartz, of course, Florida native, bags him up here, 130,700 chips. Matt Stout, 122,000. Blake Bond, an ever-dangerous player, who's really been starting to make a name for himself. He was was once heads up for a bracelet here 2 years ago, 121,400. And keep going down through Daniel Buzzgon, of course, great run at the World Series this year. He's at 106,400. It's like Nick Schulman in there with 98,000. Starts his day off. Jason Mercier, who actually caught a plane from Barcelona within 24 hours, was back in this tournament, 90,500 chips. Joe Cotta, the, of course, former world champion, 82,200 bags yesterday. Zach Grunberg had an incredible World Series, just putting final tables up like crazy. Made a ton of money, 72,300. Blair Hinkle, the defending champion, bags 69,400. So Blair is still alive for defending this title and locked it up yesterday, so he's going to get a couple days off. Bart Hansen, West Hollywood, California, got a load of that, 68,300. Derek Simon had a wild day yesterday, an event earlier in the series, 54,600. I believe finished fifth in the $1 million guarantee in this one. And as we keep going down through your players' bag, David Paradis, of course, out of Brookline, Massachusetts, 46,800 for him. Let's see. We're really starting to get into the players that ended up a low chip average, decided they're going to take their shot with it. Matt Affleck, notable amongst them, 17,200. Arrow Massey is your short stack out of yesterday, 15,000 chips. So we'll see if some of these guys can pull off the miracle and make something big happen in this tournament. The Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open here at Hollywood, Florida, $10 million guaranteed main event. All right, so that's where things stand in the moment. Things pretty quiet here in the room. 21 minutes left on the breaks. Players getting ready to come back in here and fight for this championship. Should be pretty exciting as we keep it rolling here on the Mark Hoke Show. And let's step back. We'll take another break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show live from the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. Now up to 438 entries here in day 2. So chance for an overlay, guys. Get your wallets out. Should be fun. So stick around, everybody. We'll be right back.
poker players. It's time to check out DeegePoker.com. Deej Poker is the unique and clever choice for a new generation of true grinders, representing the full spectrum of poker players from the novice to the world champion. A true Deej player gives their heart and soul for countless hours at the table to be the best. And Deej Poker Apparel shows everyone who you really are, on and off the felt. So join the new generation at DeegePoker.com. That's DEEG Poker.com. Deej Poker, the world's newest poker apparel store.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at DoubleDigitCovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at DoubleDigitCovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit BlindSquirrelApparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel Apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are live back here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open. Hollywood, Florida, right between my Fort Lauderdale. 2014 edition. Kids here are playing for a lot of money down there. $10 million guaranteed in this prize pool. And a pretty good opportunity right now. I'm not going to say we're going to have an overlay, but the players are starting to talk about it. Of course, we just had Zach Keller on a little while ago who brought up the topic himself, and tell you what, that certainly means that it would not be the it'll make an interesting decision for guys if they want to, forfeit their chip stacks and so on at the end of the night, or say, you know what, we might end up a little bit short here. I don't know if I want to do something like that. Why blow the money when I have a pretty good shot to get into it with so many, with the chance for a possible overlay in this event this year. Of course, they crushed the guarantee last year, but, we'll see. Kind of hard to say where it's at right now because we have so many players traveling right now to come into this thing. But once again, the point brought up with Zach was because we don't have they don't have 1,400 seats to sit in this place. I think we're looking at about 750, 800. Plus they could certainly extend it over to the poker room, or maybe start building tables. Who knows? I mean, we've seen it done before, but these guys, could certainly put a possibility of not hitting the guarantee. But I think it's going to happen. I would just, it should be pretty frantic action coming back tomorrow. Of course, it's Saturday. It's a great day for everybody to get out there and play. Everybody's off work. Everybody's done traveling. So we'll see what happens out here. It's going to be a wild one for sure. Hey, I want to thank all of our great sponsors of the show. We have a couple of minutes. Our good friends at Blind Squirrel Apparel. Look good and be lucky. 20% off with the code HOKE at blindsquirrelapparel.com. Built for the gambler in you. Check them out at blindsquirrelapparel.com. Of course, also want to thank our good friends at Double Digit Covers. Of course, a lot of you guys bet sports, no question about it. So if you want to get a little help, I know a lot of people like to say, well, I can do it on my own. Well, if you could do it on your own, you'd probably be rich and, out here playing these tournaments. So don't waste any time. Go to doubledigitcovers.com. It's time to get free winners sent to your phone daily. And also, of course, give them a call at 855-489-2700. It's 855-489-2700 today. Of course, we also have our good friend Dutch Boyd, who has his fantastic book out, Poker Tilt. If you haven't read this book, it is something to behold. Some great stories in there. Also discussing, what it's like to be out on the road. We had a great show a couple of weeks ago on KLAV discussing, depression and mental health in poker. And, of course, Dutch had a couple of issues that he had to deal with and, deals with them still to this day. So, you want to get a great read, check it out at PokerTilt.com. We also have friends of the Nevada Poker League. Hey, if you're out in Las Vegas and you want to play some poker, we would love to see you at an MPL tournament. Of course, 17 different locations in Las Vegas, $50,000 in cash and prizes, all sorts of great stuff. So make sure you go to NevadaPokerLeague.com today. Our good friends, the Grindettes, of course, regulars on our show. Make sure you go to Grindettes.com. Katie Stone, Katie Dozier, Jen Shahade, and Jamie Kerstetter, top ladies poker team in the world. Take a look at Grindettes.com. Follow them on Twitter at Grindettes and on Facebook, the Grindettes. Also, BlueRail.net, the home of the Mark Hoke Show. And, of course, you have RogueWire.com, our host site. If you want to see some great stuff on RogueWire, and, of course, if you want to get some websites built, give Bob a call at 522-820-5128. That's 522-820-5128. And, whatever you need, websites, they'll even host your site for $9. That, beats some pretty big companies. So make sure you check that out at BlueRail.net. All right, 12 minutes to go left on the break. We're starting to see some players come back in here to the ballroom at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker. But one of the many great amenities and features here at the Seminole Hard Rock. One interesting thing about this place, of course, is, that makes it stand out is it's not just a casino. I mean, this is a destination. It's a wonderful place to come down. You have things you can do with the family, and, you also have great performers coming in here. There's so much to do here. You look at a casino, it's got great games like blackjack, mini baccarat, Pai Gow, 3-card poker, even Casino War in here, all sorts of stuff. Even if you're not a poker player, well, if you're not a poker player, you're probably not listening to the show. But if you're looking for something different to do, you can check those out. Of course, all slot machines, table games you need. And then, of course, you have the history of this place too, where you have all the great memorabilia flying around here. There's like when I come off the elevator, there's a huge Elvis Presley display with some gold records and other things in there. They've got over 700 pieces of memorabilia in the Seminole Hard Rock. I mean, we're looking at some of it right now in the ballroom. You can take a look up, up and down the walls from floor to ceiling, literally on this one side of the ballroom. You have gold records going up and down. It is really cool. And, of course, you got the poker room out there. Fantastic place to play. It's offering all sorts of different games. The pool is unbelievable. Kind of looks like a lagoon out there from 8 a.m. to sundown. You can go out and get a swim and really enjoy yourself. Got cabanas out there. I mean, all sorts of stuff. Huge spa there, too. So, guys, when you're coming out here and leaving the ladies behind, well, just give them a spa pass. It's 27,000 square foot spa in there, 4,000 square foot fitness center as well here at the Hard Rock. I mean, it's just some terrific restaurants. Of course, the legendary Hard Rock Cafe, which I think I might hop in there tomorrow. Decided to do the fish and chips today in the old EDC, but obviously, so a real destination place, not just a fun place to play poker, but for so much more. You're not going to go wrong here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open, without a doubt. Of course, once again, and if you want to follow everything going on here on Twitter at SHRPO, hashtag SHRPO, where you can check, see what everybody's saying about this tournament. And, of course, also Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open, or SHRPO.com, where the blog is up, and they're posting videos. We got some a video for the charity series of poker. We've also got Shannon Elizabeth kind of setting everything up there for you, too. So make sure you take a look at those at SHRPO.com. Hey, also, by the way, of course, this wraps up the 2013-14 Seminole Hard Rock series, but they have more events coming up down here. We were talking to Zach about just how there's so much going on here at the Seminole in Florida right now, and you can run down some of the other great events coming up here. The Coco Poker Open, which is at Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek, that rolls off from September 25th to October 6th, so that is not far off. The Rock and Roll Poker Open at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel Casino here, that's November 13th through December 3rd. The Lucky Heart Poker Open, January 22nd through February 11th, 2015. God, we're talking about 2015 already. It's ridiculous. At Seminole Hard Rock and Casino here in Hollywood. And then, of course, one more coming right back around at August 20th, September 9th. So after the World Series, come back here again, probably for don't know if it'll be a $10 million guarantee again. We'll find out, but certainly some great opportunities to come down here and play consistently in Florida. I mean, that's not bad at all. So pretty exciting stuff there for everybody on the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino circuit. All right, 7 minutes and 27 seconds left on the break here. Players will be let back in. The cards are going to be in the air one more time. And these guys will play it out for their last 4 levels tonight. Of course, right now, 40-minute levels to wrap it up. So they're going to be playing 10, 11, 12, and 13. So that'll be pretty exciting as we have 2 more hours or 3 more hours of play, 3+ hours of play left before this is all said and done for the day. And then everybody's got to start thinking about tomorrow and what a day it should be in here tomorrow. Especially, tell you what, the word starts getting around that right at the moment, we now are at 442. So right now at 781 entries. So looks like we're going to be a little short of even 800 right now. So that should be pretty interesting to see how this all turns out tomorrow afternoon. Of course, we won't know if there's an overlay or not coming up until about this time tomorrow. We'll be on the air to check it out. Hey, David. Yeah. I haven't had David on ever, so this will be cool. We got one more guest here for you real quick before we get back into play here. Say hi to David Diaz. David, how are you? What's up, man? I got your Zach did that. Zach put those on there so goofy. Let me get that off there for you. There you go. What's going on, my friend? How are you?
All right, how you doing?
Good. How's it going for you? I think is the bigger question. What's happening?
Super short. Not super short, but what is it? Blinds are going to be 4 and 8. I got like 11, 12,000. Pretty short for this tournament.
Oh, so a little bit of work to do here. So
a lot of work to do.
yeah. So I'll ask you the same question I asked Zach. Given what everything that's happening right now, we're around 781 entries for the first 2 days of this tournament. Is there any consideration to if you end up staying short to forfeiting your stack, or you just keep, and coming back tomorrow, or you keep what you got when you finish this up today?
I don't know. I'll see how it goes. I don't really try to plan for that. I'm not really trying to throw away money either, so I'll probably just try to run it up. I don't think you forfeit. Do you forfeit your stack? I think you get to play and you get to pick your stack if you make it through the other day.
I think it said forfeit.
Oh, it is forfeit? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. That makes it interesting.
See, the last time I played it, I was super short in one, and I got to actually I rebought anyway when I already made it through the day.
Yeah.
And because I only had like a few, pretty short, can't remember, less than 10 big blinds. And I ended up, making it through with more chips. So, but you got to pick your stack either way at that time.
So are the players starting to talk about a possible overlay on this? What's everybody saying right now?
Yeah, that's what people are saying. It's going to be tough for them to reach the guarantee.
Yeah, because we're going to be looking at like 1,200, maybe about 1,230 entries.
Yeah,
to
personally, I wish nobody shows up tomorrow.
Well, I don't know if that's going to work out.
Yeah.
You're going to bar the door to the Hard Rock?
How many do they need? I don't even know.
2,000.
2,000?
Yeah.
Do they need
This is like 1,200 plus.
1,200 plus tomorrow? No way they get that. Right?
No way. You're calling no way. All right.
I don't know. What was it last year?
Yeah, I think they got 2,500. I think total last year, somewhere in that ballpark. So.
I think they need but last year they got like 1,000 more on the second day or something. So
it's gonna be close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's always nice, man. That gives you an extra shot to pick up some pretty big coin there without having to pay too hard for it. That's good.
Yeah, whoever wins this is going to be happy for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. So, of course, so many great pros here. How's your table been playing out, and who have you been butting heads with today?
I just really haven't had anything going. I got my big hands cracked and stuff. New table, I kind of like it, even though there's a couple decent players there, but they're like gambling and players who really don't care if they're like what they're doing really.
How tough is it to play against somebody like that just you play a charity or something like that, and you see that kind of stuff happen all the time. But in this, when somebody's like, it's $5,300 and
they don't care. They just want to knock you out.
Yeah, so is that all your strategy at all? How do you deal with somebody like that?
Hope to show up with the best hand.
There you go. That's not a bad idea.
All right.
All right. Yeah, you got to get rolling over there. But David, thanks for coming over. Good to see you, buddy.
Later.
Best of luck. All right. So we got David Diaz stopping by there for us real quick. Good to see him. First time on the show, too. That's pretty exciting. Scott Seaver coming back in here, getting ready to take his seat. And, of course, waiting for everybody to get in here. 1 minute and 59 seconds until we're back in play. And you can kind of hear all the background noise going on right now as everybody is apparently a lot of talk going on right now. And certainly, the potential thought of an overlay here it seems to be weighing on the players' minds right now. Especially, there we have David short, Zach Kessler short, and, we have to make some decisions on how they want to handle this chip stack. But everybody getting ready to sit down and take their seats, getting ready to play. Oh, my God. Sorry. Hang on just a second. I got the Live on the air, and the camera crushed again. Hey, hi, everybody. Hi. All right, we'll go with that angle and stay with it. But, of course, live on the air, anything can happen. And it just did. Boom. We had one guy crush this thing. This is the second time this my tripod's taken a massive hit this afternoon. And Kayleen's coming over. Do you have some news for us? Do we have news? Anything exciting? Kayleen's coming. Look at this. I'll tell you what. Queen of the bloggers. Oh, jeez. I have no idea who dropped that.
Just checked.
Hey, the champ's here, by the way.
The champ's here. You want to get on the radio here, Ryan?
Right, Ryan owes me so big. He's promised me interviews for a year. He's breaking my heart.
That must be David.
All right.
I promise you one by the end of the trip.
Sounds good, buddy. Hey, good luck.
Just got a couple of big stacks on the dinner break. Joe Cuther, no surprise there, is the chip leader with 173,000 chips. And second in chips is Danny Henawa with 160,000 chips. Those are really the only big stacks developing in the room at this point.
Wow, that's it? Everybody's playing it pretty tight. See, it's a lot easier when you have to write those names as opposed to saying them. It's a pain. All sorts of fun. All right, so that's where we are right now. So Joe Cuther has got himself out in front of day 1B. Of course, chasing Jared Jaffe, who was around 460,000. But so we're going to see some wild play here in these next 4 levels. And the clock has started. We're underway here on level 10. So that's where it is right now. And so we're going to leave it there. Hey, and by the way, Lucky Al Can Hang is going to be going to see Slash tonight. So he's probably playing right now. So Slash here at the Seminole Hard Rock. Felix is coming over here too. Felix Mock blogging for the this great group. Felix, are you feeling gutsy? Are you feeling gutsy? You're not scared. Come on, you can give me 2 minutes, right? Before we wrap this thing up. Come on over. Don't be scared. It's all right.
So Mark,
you take the headphones, right, and you're going to be okay. I promise.
Yeah, I'm usually really shy around celebrities.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Make sure you just talk into the mic real close.
On the internet too?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, we're live.
I thought it was just a radio.
No, how about that? Yeah, the webcam that's now taking the second big hit of the day.
Are we on AM radio? Or?
Well, when I do that show, it is on AM radio.
Gotcha.
But you got to just move in. You got to move in really close there, or else no one will hear you.
Okie dokie.
So I tell you what, this has been a very interesting last couple of days here for this main event, and a couple of the players apparently are talking about the possibility of an overlay right now. How are you feeling about that?
I think there might be a good chance of that. I mean, how much do we have now? Like 4:43 according to the clock. So we're going to need a pretty big field to match that guarantee. But hopefully we get a good turnout tomorrow.
Yeah. So that.
And I see a big line outside actually. So hopefully. They will be able to get in before it says registration open until beginning of level 10. So they might be registered for tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
So hopefully, it's a huge line. So hopefully that translates well to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Big field for tomorrow.
We're looking at 777 for the total of the 2 days at this point. So we had 334 yesterday, 443 today.
Yeah.
It's doable.
Yeah, total 2,000. So 1,200 and change. Yeah.
So what do you think explains why we're a little bit down right now? I mean, is it just because of the other 2 events that were taking place? What's happening?
That's a good question. Some people just like to wait until the last minute. I guess there's a lot of procrastinators out there.
That's a good point.
They don't want the big layoff between the days, between day 1 and day 2. They want to just go at it. If they bust out, they just go home instead of like waiting around for it, 2-3 days to get in, for day 2, like if they make it day 2. So, so I guess every tournament is different. Some people like to register on different days. Hopefully tomorrow will be the day that most people register.
Now, as a blogger on the Seminole Hard Rock PokerOpen.com, tomorrow. Now, I want you to picture this for a minute. For us to break that guarantee, we're going to need 1,200 and 1,200 plus entries on that.
So we're a packed house.
Does that scare you? Do you live in fear with a possibility of 1,229 entries and
Having
all
to
the
cover,
action? Oh, my
120
God.
tables. No.
No?
I think we have a professional team. We have gonna have enough people to cover. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of running around, a lot of good exercise, but we'll be able to do it. We'll manage.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's a little intimidating, but we'll manage.
So when you're out doing blogging, it's funny. A lot of people very complimentary of the site. A couple detractors here or there. There's always one or two that
There's always
say some dumb stuff. But when
especially social media, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Celebrity, everybody gets haters out there and people that say derogatory things about everything. So you can't avoid that. You just do the best you can. Everybody's human. There's going to be haters. There's going to be lovers. So just do the best you can as a professional and see. Let the chips fall where they may.
So what do you look for when you're out there trying to find a story?
Interesting hands, well-known players, local players, some just interesting stories. I mean, hometown stories. If, anybody has an interesting background, just anything that might pique interest, that might be interesting to put into the blog. I'll seek those out and put that in there.
And Shannon Elizabeth.
Shannon Elizabeth is easy on the eyes. Yeah. There's no doubt about that. She's definitely a good person to put on the blog. Yeah.
We had a
good
Playboy.
host.
We had a Playboy playmate over here too.
That's true.
Sitting next to Will
Hutchinson, I believe her name was. Yeah. Very beautiful.
Now, so you were literally sitting straight across from that table with Will Fiala and her. So you got to see firsthand all the hell that was breaking loose on that table. What was going on?
I think she has since busted. So Al, our colleague Al, actually had most of the day to be able to look at her. So and I was on the later shift, so I missed most of that. I was just here for a little bit before she busted out. So. But it was definitely a good scenery while she was here.
Crazy table over there too. Those guys were going nuts. But now,
Will's a good guy too. He's very funny, a very, very good poker player, very successful. I'm very happy for him.
Yep.
I've known him for a while.
And one thing that you guys saw on the blog today that you have up there is you had Huck Seed and Ryan Reese sitting next to each other. I mean, that does not happen very often. I mean,
it's just the luck of the draw. But that will be a very good table to cover, and it should be interesting action at that table. Another good table that I saw before was Jeff Madsen, Matt Glantz, and Nenad Medic were at the same table. Ooh. So that should be that's a pretty stacked table too.
Good God, and that's the kind of matchups that you're going to see down here.
Absolutely.
Come back tomorrow. Lord only knows what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to be a
be
madhouse here, and lots of cool stuff going on. So now
absolutely.
I do want to thank you on air for when you wrote up the summary for the charity series of poker, not mentioning that I got absolutely mauled in that heads-up match. You were quite merciful, and I would like to thank you for that.
You're quite welcome. I did what I could to be delicate about the situation, but it was very one-sided for sure.
I couldn't get anything going. It sucked so bad.
Hey, I mean, if you're not dealt any cards, there's only so much you can do. Gotta pick your spots.
Yep.
But I think you played amazing just to get that far. With so many professionals in the field and celebrities, you held your own. So very, very nice. Yeah.
Well, thank God that's on video. So now when I'm looking for backing, I've got a witness.
Got a witness.
Thank you. You're a good man.
No problem.
Felix.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right. Well, I'll let you get back to work here.
Thank you.
Have a great time, and of course, make sure you guys, if you want to tweet these guys, SHRPO. On Twitter, and of course hashtag SHRPO, and go to shrpo.com and check out the blog.
Absolutely. If you want to follow me on Twitter at Felix from NYC, I could use more followers.
Oh, absolutely. Give him a follow and then tell him his Giants suck.
The undefeated preseason, so we'll see how the regular season goes. All right, thanks, Mark.
You've got it. Good luck and have fun finishing this out tonight.
Thank you.
All right. I want to thank Felix for stopping over there. And so we're going to wrap up our evening show once again. Tomorrow we're going to be back, and it should be a very drama-filled break tomorrow, once again at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, in the evening where we see where this whole thing plays out, because once again, we're looking at the potential maybe of an overlay in this $10 million guarantee. Of course, hit it very easily last year, but now all of a sudden we are at 777 combined for the 2 days, 334 yesterday, 443 today. So just doing the quick math on that, we're looking at 1,222 entries needed. Of course, it is a re-entry tournament as many times as you want. So the guys that maybe brought 4 or 5 bullets to fire and are coming back into this tomorrow, plus I'm sure we're going to see a lot of people just coming in from WPT and the EPT events to play this thing. And real quick, let's give you an update on what was going on in the World Poker Tour event. Final table is going on out at the Legends right now at the bike, and see, we got an updated chip count on there for you. And I think play got underway at 4 Eastern or 4 Pacific, so 7 Eastern. So not very long, about a little over an hour into that. Mike Eskandari, the chip leader, going into this final table, still up there, 5,865,000 chips. Harry Arut-Yanyan at 4,960,000. They are the two above the chip average. Tyler Kenny at 2,975,000. Jeremy Kotler, 2.27 million. Tyler Cornell, 1.685 million. And Taylor McFarland, 1,095,000. As those players will be looking to try and win the WPT Legends of Poker Championship out at the Bicycle Casino, Bell Gardens, California. And of course, so we are here live at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open, and that is going to do it for us. Of course, you want to follow the show on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show, Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show, and of course, podcasts available markhoakshow.podbean.com and also on iTunes. And check everything out. We just had a great show on KLEV on Wednesday, and that one is posted. And of course, you want to check out all these videos, we've got them on YouTube. Just look up Mark Hoke Show or Mark Hoke, and you'll find us. All right, so that's going to do it. I want to thank all of our guests for stopping by. Zach Kessler, Felix Mock over here, David Diaz, join us here on the show. So we will see you guys tomorrow. Should be a drama-filled afternoon, as we will see exactly where this field ends up here at the Seminole Hard Rock Poker Open main event 2014. So that's going to do it, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Time here on the Mark Hoke Show. Have a great evening. Enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you tomorrow.